I am DJ Jones of all. Then at the Roundtable Podcast, your source of knowledge. My first Facebook Live by myself. Shout out to my co-host, Nolinel, Chris Ryder. Yeah, man. So definitely, just got here home. Had to, do a couple of things, but definitely want to give a quick breakdown of, tonight's, U.S. election. And it's crazy, man. I just want to kind of show you guys real quick what's going on, and it's like what I found kind of interesting is, it's crazy when you look at different websites. This right now is from the Associated Press, and let me just refresh this screen to make sure. So they got it 264 Biden and Donald Trump 214. Then here, CNN got it 253 and Trump 213, which is kind of interesting. And I'm looking at Fox News, and they got Joe Biden at 264 and Donald Trump at 214. And it's kind of crazy when you look at different mainstream medias, how they got, the numbers are not matching with each other. So that's kind of like, very interesting to see that. And it's crazy, man, when you actually start looking at this. But let's look at the swing states. Going back, so you see right now, we know that Trump got Florida. And then, Biden got Arizona. Pennsylvania, right now, 88% of the reporting is right now. But Trump is up. And Trump is also up in North Carolina. And Biden is up right now in Nevada. And Georgia, which 97% of the reporting is up, is Donald Trump. Now, again, this is crazy looking at this, and it's also just comparing and contrasting from different mainstream medias. Listen, man, I'm gonna just break it down right now. Let me just stop sharing real quick. And I told this, to my, my peers and anybody that I know, that I speak with. I will assure you, if Trump loses this election, and he said it, publicly already, he's going to fight this to the T. He is going to fight this to the T, and he's not going to go out like that. That is very certain. And it's very interesting to see. If he does lose this, what's going to happen? But like I just mentioned, he is going to take it to the Supreme Court, and he's going to fight this to the very T. But I want to begin though what I really feel about overall the election, and think about first of all, how we still live in this two political party system where I don't really call it Republican versus Democrat. I call them demo publics, because they still, to me, the same, under the same, agenda. And, with Biden, people always say, as far as like, we have to vote for him because, he's representing the Democratic Party. But my whole thing is this, I don't vote for the lesser evil, and Biden was actually selected. He wasn't actually elected to be a part of, the leading candidate for, the Democrats, because again, though, and they was not going to allow Bernie Sanders to really, the primary candidate to go against Trump, because again, these big corporations are going to deny that. These big banks, Goldman Sachs, and they made it very clear, if Bernie wins, we're going to vote for Trump. So Biden was selected; he was not elected to really run against Trump. But think about this historically. This is how it's been historically. And corporate America is the one that really runs the government. You know what I'm saying? And you think about what's going on right now. It's unbelievable. First of all, when you look at the income gap rate, it's ridiculous. I was doing my research, and 0.1%, not 1%. I'm talking about 0.1% of the population of the United States own 20% of the wealth in the United States. So 0.1% of the population, okay, 0.1, not 1% again, owns 20% of the wealth in the U.S. population, and that's just so mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. We got 70% of Americans who are living through paycheck to paycheck. So if anything goes wrong, they lose their job, especially when now with the pandemic still. They're gonna be fucked. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. And and I didn't want to get into like the whole trying to get, dismantle the unions, because that's, to me, honestly, that's the way they really control the working class, because I mean, people, really historically rely on unions, and that's the only protection, that they have against this, this capitalist society, and we really live in a very, and I mean, not trying to be, just trying to go out there, go too far, but we live in a very extreme, savage, capitalist society, and we got to really start thinking about political system, which I did a podcast about that. And it's kind of crazy though, but I mean, I really believe this is going to happen. Trump is actually $500 million in debt. He's $500 million in debt. And the man is definitely, is trying to trying to maneuver over these legal hurdles that he's facing, because, his peoples that were around them, many of them got convicted. And, he's really trying to use the presidency to really protect them, because again, though, I mean, one thing about Trump, he's very clever, regardless of, him being a narcissist and really exposing the true racism of this country. The man is very clever. And again, though, I really believe that if he does lose this, he's going to take it to the Supreme Court. And he got those judges that he basically is going to rely on. And they got some of them got a very good relationship with Donald Trump. So it's kind of crazy thinking about this, man, because I mean, Trump, man, it's just unbelievable that, this man was even, the president. But I will tell you this, if this man is able to beat and actually, actually win over, even if Biden wins right now, I mean, we in some deep trouble. Because I mean, Trump, he already got his agenda, and I mean, right now we have the worst unemployment since the Great Depression, and we're definitely shifting into a different type of economy. And, in America, it's all about profit before progress. I mean, we talk about these corporations who definitely made a killing during this pandemic. You think about, especially these high tech companies. Jeff Bezos, he made about $13 billion in one day. This is something that we definitely got to be very concerned about. And especially, when I was looking at the debates, they really didn't really emphasize as far as our environment, how it's changing. This is something that's going to be very detrimental for us in the future if we don't take immediate action right now. And I mean, again, though, we got to be very, very attentive about this, because again, though, we are really living in a plutocracy where we, are in believing that we live in a true democracy, but it's a hypocrisy, and we got to start waking up. We got to definitely start waking up, because we definitely have to change this economy. So definitely, I want to just make sure that we are trying to spread that awareness. And then, for you, the viewers and listeners, to actually make, do your own research, and really understand that this is not a really true democracy. We still living under this thing that, we believe in this political system. In actuality, it's not there to really cater us. It's really there to cater, a few people, which are the corporate American people that, definitely, I mean, run this government. And, it's going to be very scary, because now with the pandemic, and, again, many jobs are being lost, and, automation is definitely taking over a lot of human labor. And we got to start thinking about what we need to do to take immediate action to change this. And we do, by the Constitution, have the power to overthrow the government, but we're not really educated to really, think like that. Because again, it's all about, control. You can't really control someone who knows how to, critically think and logically think. So we got to start really, critically thinking about this, because it's right in front of our faces. So many people are really fighting for their lives, and we have to really start critically thinking and thinking about this political system that's not really designed for us to really, come together as a society and, prosper, and I mean, we definitely got to start thinking about that, and again, either way, I don't really see any true change, because I mean, presidents has never really changed anything, and any president that actually posed a threat, unfortunately, have been assassinated, historically speaking. So we got to start thinking about that. So let's go back to the screen, and I want to see this real quick. I definitely want to see what's the outcome right now. Let me refresh this and make sure that I'm on the correct. So yes, it's still 264 Biden, 214 Trump. This is crazy right now. This is insane. Wow. So again, this is crazy. The breakdown. My prediction again, I think Biden might come up and win. However, though, I definitely see Donald John Trump really taking this to court, Supreme Court. He got these judges, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like it's just going to be crazy. And I mean, it could be a possible, I mean, it could be a high possibility that this man may overturn that and become the president for the second term. So this is crazy, you know, very crazy. You know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous where we still living on this system where, you know, electoral votes where our votes really are not really counted the way people think it is. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I don't know, man. This is something that, you know, we definitely got to start, you know, thinking about, you know, our political system, you know, and I mean, man, I don't know what to really say no more. I really don't, you know, what to say no more because, you know, again, Trump, this man is very clever. You know, he's definitely going to create this, you know, this narrative about the voter fraud. I mean, he made it very clear, you know, and he's desperate. He's desperate. He's desperate, you know, and I think it's going to be very dangerous if this man is back in office. You know, and I mean, it's just not to say, you know, Biden's going to make a difference because again, though, it's just not going to make a major difference. Biden made it very clear he's not really interested in the, you know, the Green New Deal. You know, this is the same thing. I mean, this is a plutocracy. You know, this is why Biden was selected, not, you know, elected, and was put in that position to, you know, run against Trump. So we got to start really, you know, inform ourselves more and, you know, definitely be more aware of what's going on. And I do understand that, you know what I'm saying, we all caught up trying to make a living, but we really got to really understand that, you know, we got to really take more ownership of ourselves and stop really relying on governments to save us from our personal being, you know, from really taking care of our family. Because looking at the second stimulus, it still hasn't been passed to us, you know. And again, though, we have no say so when the stimulus could be passed. And that's to me not a true democracy, you know, by definition. So I mean, listen, man, it's crazy. You know, I don't really know. I mean, again, I think Biden may overcome this. I mean, as far as like win, but man, this man Trump is definitely gonna fight it, man. He's gonna fight it to the T. He is not gonna give up. And I could possibly see this man, you know, again, overturning that decision and actually become the president again and serving a second term. You know, because again, though, you know, he's gonna definitely use that rhetoric. He's gonna definitely use the rhetoric about the illegal voting, you know, through the postal system, you know, and again, he will take it to the Supreme Court. You know, he got a newly stacked judges, and you know, he could possibly win. You know, and mark my words, if he succeeds, we are in a lot of trouble. Because the main objective for Trump, I mean, I think Norman Chomsky said it like perfectly. He said Trump's main objective is to destroy the prospect of human life, literally. Well, we're not even thinking about our environment. You know, we're concerned about burning fossil fuels, you know, for the sake of private profit. You know, I did a research in India. India, honestly, the rate they're going at right now, in 50 years, it could be where people can't even live there more. That's how bad it is with the pollution, you know. And we got to take, you know, like we got to, again, though, inform ourselves and we got to definitely, you know, make a change because we definitely shift into a new economy and that's out of our control, you know. Milton Friedman said, you know, publicly one time, you know, the social responsibility of a business is to increase its profit. So, you know, it's all about maximizing profit and not really thinking about the well-being of the general public, you know, and, you know, thinking about unemployment, you know, I don't really see how they're going to create new jobs where, again, we're living in a, you know, age of technology where it just creeps, I mean, just keeps advancing at a rate that's so rapid that I can't even describe in words, you know. So again, though, we got to inform ourselves and, you know, we got to just definitely, you know, I mean, the power of the people is always going to be more powerful than the people in power. But again, it's about us being more informed and taking action because again, though, we run this country. So I'm gonna leave it like that, man. I just want to just kind of like, you know, do a little breakdown of this. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. I mean, I will be back on once it's over. And let's see my prediction. You know, I really believe if Biden wins, Trump definitely, I mean, he made it publicly known that he's going to fight it. And you know, he got these judges stacked. I mean, the Supreme Court, the way you know the branch of government work, you know, he's going to try to fight it off, and that could be possible. That could be possible. So yeah, man, I'm going to sign off. You know, what I'm saying, DJ John Tavall. You know, what I'm saying, then at the Roundtable Podcast, your source to knowledge. You know, I mean, I'm definitely going to come back and you know just give my thoughts after you know the winner is announced. And you know, see what happens though. But again, I really believe this man, Donald Trump, is definitely going. If he loses, you know, go straight to the court and actually overturn that decision. So I'm gonna sign off. You know, just make sure you catch us each and every Monday, 7:30. But I'll definitely be back on just to give my you know intake about you know the winner. And definitely have a conversation though. So you know, till you know later on, and hopefully we'll find out today. But who knows? I mean, with this whole thing, ain't no telling when it's gonna find. We're gonna find out about you know who's gonna be the U.S. president for the you know, next coming year. So I'm gonna sign off. DJ John Tavall, then at the Roundtable Podcast, your source to knowledge, and I'll definitely break down. You know, once we get the winner. All right. Peace out. I am DJ John Tavall with my co-host Lionel Chris Ryder. We are Dinner at the Roundtable Podcast, your source to knowledge. Make sure you click like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel on the lower right-hand side. We appreciate the support. Peace out.